Hello, this is Pastor Roland. Today I want to talk about why a lot of people are not well. A lot of people are very sick with a lot of issues, physical, emotional. Um, I want to talk about that. I was reading a very interesting book. It's called Modern Miracles of Healing, I think is the name of it. Modern Miracles of Healing, written by David Fant, David J. Fant, who actually was a minister. And he worked at the Missionary Alliance for A.W. Tozer for a long time. He loved Mr. Tozer. He knew him well, and he wrote a beautiful biography of A.W. Tozer. It's worth looking for. It's not easy to find, however, I was able to find it by an interlibrary loan. It was very nice. But I want to talk about not being well. Why? There was also a minister a few years ago who wrote a book, Why Christians Get Sick. Okay, but it's a good question. But anyway, in this book called Modern Miracles of Healing, it was written back in the 1940s actually. There was a chapter in there about a man in Tibet who was trying to become a lama, didn't make it for some reason, and so he went back to being a regular person, and then he became a Christian, a little bit, sort of a Christian. He attended meetings, and so the missionaries gave Bible studies and so on. But then he got very sick, very, 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 very sick. Maybe he was dying. He wasn't an old man either; he was a young man. And he called for the missionary to come to his home, um, and so what was it that the missionary determined that was the problem? Well, it was idols in the home, idols. And there had been idol worshiping going on. And it was necessary to take those idols. First, um, he had to forswear or swear them off. In other words, to say he was not going to use them anymore, and turn instead to Christ, to God. But the idols had to be taken out of the home, and they burned them in the street. They burned the idols. And then he got well. Okay, so there was something there. There was some kind of an unwholesome influence, satanic influence. Undoubtedly, his sickness was connected with partial possession, due to his dabbling with the idols. Okay, so I bring that up because, like I said, a lot of people are not well, mentally, emotionally, physically. And of course, you can say, well, it's the food, it's improper lifestyle, it's not eating right, it's stress, all of those things, yes, but there are also spiritual factors involved. For example, um, we do know that the possessing entities can make the body sick. We know that. We've seen that in the Bible. People that were ill and then became well after the demon was driven out. So how does this possession thing take place? Well, for the most part, it happens a little at a time, little bit at a time, and it comes by way of forbidden acts. But it also comes by way of things that you might not normally think about as causing possession. For example, hatred, hostility, rage. A lot of people have rage, anger against their father, or contempt for their father, or toward their mother, or toward their brother. A lot of people go around with a lot of judgment, mean, hateful judgment toward other people. A lot of judgment toward others, toward their husband, wife, other people that they encounter. And hate separates you from love. and it actually opens you up to the dark side, which is very hateful. See, hate is not a normal emotion. If you resent other people, resent them, judge them, have a grudge against them, can't forgive them for something, okay? That's not normal. That's not natural. Human beings were created in the image and likeness of God. We're supposed to be creatures of love. Little tiny children are creatures of love. You see how much love they have? It's just a childish love, but nevertheless it is a kind of love. So if you see a human being that has hate, that has judgment, that has resentment, that has anger, that has hostility, see, contempt for anyone at all, okay, whether it be a wife or husband or brother, sister, neighbor, co-worker, someone down the streets, a person of another race, person of another religion, another person of another political party. If you have judgment, hostility toward anyone, that's not, it's a satanic emotion. Okay? The devil's feast, his pride and pleasure in his feast is one person's judgment against another. The whole world, everyone judging and hating each other. See, that's not good. So you've got to really watch out for resentment. Watch out for resentment. Don't have a grudge against anyone. Forgive your father. He didn't know what he was doing. Okay, the world was too much for him. There was no one there to tutor him and help him and counsel him. Forgive your poor old mom. She needed your dad to have a special love for her, but he didn't have it. So she resented him. Okay? Forgive the other kids. They go off to school and there's bullies and pressure and school pressure and ambition pressure. See? Forgive all your teachers that pressured you and with academic success and pressured you with athletics. See, someone did it to them. That's how it gets in. Someone did it to them. And they resented whoever did it to them. See? That's how it gets in. So if you resent someone for something, then that resentment lets that in them into you. And then you become like them. Eventually you might become them. See? So you have to put up a force field. Like Star Wars, remember they had the force field to shield the ship? That's what you need. Remember Paul in a beautiful passage, he said to put on the breastplate of, I forget all the different terms, they're so beautiful, of faith and of love and the different, he talked about different parts of armor, the helmet, the face, the shield, the breastplate, see? Well, it's almost like that. You need that. But what do you need? What you need is protection of neutrality, of standing back, not being involved emotionally. You need that. You need the protection of faith. In other words, leaning upon God. Look not to your own understanding, says the Bible. Of yourself you can do nothing, said Christ. Okay? And he also said, without me you can't do you can do nothing. Okay? So lean on God. Let go and let God. Okay? And then be patient with others. That's another shield. Patience means not resenting, not judging, not being angry at, not having contempt for. See? Patient. In other words, not judging. It doesn't mean you have to pretend that they're nice. If you see error, it's okay to see the error. It's okay to discern error. If somebody's wrong, it's okay to see that they're wrong. Or you think they're wrong. See, you may be mistaken. If you have resentment, see, it can twist your thinking so that it seems like they're wrong. They may not be, but let's say they are. Somebody's in error. They've done something wrong. Okay, it's okay to see that it's wrong. You don't have to like it. You don't have to pretend that you don't see it. Just don't hate the person for it. Don't resent the person. See how beautiful that is? That's the secret. Be patient. So there's the secret. Be patient. Let go of your resentment. A lot of you are full of a lot of hostility, a lot of grudges against people, a lot of unforgiveness. You blame them. She did this to me, and after what he did to me, and so on. See? So you got to watch out for that. got to let go of the resentment toward other people. Make it unimportant. Make it unimportant. Move forward with your life in a positive way. I have a meditation that will help you to stand back from negative thought, helps you to stand back and see your own wrong. See, that's the thing. The other thing that's keeping you sick is you're unwilling to admit you're wrong. Unwilling to admit you're wrong. So you have this stubborn pride, which is also not human. Maybe we're naturally egos. We're born with an ego, something from Adam. But where did it come from? See? Something prideful. So you inherit that. But then you go beyond that, and you become very prideful. You don't admit you're wrong. Maybe when you were a little kid, people tried to force you to admit you're wrong. You didn't want to. Okay? So now you won't admit you're wrong. But I'm not saying you have to admit you're wrong to other people. But you need to be able to admit you're wrong in your heart. When the truth dawns on you, when you see the truth about your own error, don't resent seeing it. Don't resent the light for showing it to you. Just see your error and regret what you see. See, stop defending what you think of as your pride, which came from somewhere. Maybe it came from your mom, from your dad. And who knows where it came from. Remember how I said when you resent other people, it gets into you, then it in you drives you to do unto others what was done to you. And then you do it to them. You do it to your kids. You yell at your kids. You're cruel with them, phony, bossy, manipulative with your kids. They resent you. It gets in them, confuses them, and it gets in them. So that you mustn't allow that to happen. Okay? So the meditation will help you. And then you just simply have to see that when you find that pride coming up, see that it's not a good thing. Okay? And neither is resentment, neither is blame, neither is judgment. See, a lot of people judge God. They blame God. I was going to talk about that. I don't have the time in this recording, but I will maybe in the next recording. People think God's holding out on them. He's giving to other people and not to them. See, that's a wrong idea. So the other thing that can cause you to become sick is accepting wrong ideas. And where do those wrong ideas come from? Maybe they come from through other people. See, but they're all designed to get between you and your Creator, to separate you from God, to separate you from love. See? And then to infuse in you a compensatory pride and a compensatory resentment and hatred toward other people. It's not good. There was a nice lady named Peace Pilgrim, a very lovely lady. She said, overcome evil with good. Overcome hatred with love. Oh no, overcome evil with good. Overcome lies with truth. Overcome hatred with love. Okay? Overcome evil with good. Overcome lies with truth. Overcome hatred with love. Let me try one more time. Overcome evil with good. Overcome lies with truth. Overcome hatred with love. Okay? Live that. Make it a focal point of your existence. Don't hate other people. Go through life like a little child on vacation. See all the interesting things, people, all the traffic, the mountains, the trees, all the interest. The world is full of many interesting things. See them. Wonder about them, marvel at them, delight in them, and don't hate people. My name is Pastor Rome.